whistle, allow play to go on, allowed Indonesia to have that advantage, even though now he was stumbling over, looking like he was going to fall, but he got himself back up on his feet.
Well, as soon as Singapore conceded that goal, their coach Tatsuma was telling them, heads up, quickly get the ball back. There he is. Very much defending his side. And both Haris Harun, the skipper, and the goalkeeper Hassan Sani have been quick to defend him as well. Putting on a show of unity, Singapore. See what Tatsuma was looking to do there. Witan Sulaiman, the goal scorer. Now Kambuaya. We'll call that back. Touching his wrist.
It was Zulfami that just got given a bit of the runaround here from Kambuaya, and Rahman. It's that arm that comes across him. The referee will have a word with Zulfami. A warning perhaps. That's interesting for Indonesia.
There's our man, Witan Sulaiman, who scored the goal with Asnawi supplying it.
It starts from when they break forward down that right hand side, and then he goes down that channel, that give and go with Witan, as I mentioned, the intelligence of when he needs to play that first time and that first touch into Asnawi, and then continues his run. He's not passing it and then admiring his pass or looking at it and going, oh, that's beautiful, Asnawi, go and see what you can do. He's give it, go. What's the next position I can take up? And that's in the penalty area. And the one. Irfan, again, eyes on the ball. He's got to go for that. He's got to go for that. It's unfortunate in that situation. There was a player in the way.
Some of the other teams might be thinking Indonesia getting a bit of a taste of their own medicine, because they have been really dishing it out. As I said, the team with the most fouls in this tournament thus far. Pratama is okay. They won't care. They've got the all-important goal in the moment. Someone's got some thinking to do.
Now, before we went through that replay of the goal, I was just talking about Indonesia's ability to switch it up, and it's when you've got players who are so versatile and tactically sound and technically very good, you can almost, at times in matches, just rotate it. And so at times you see Rahmat Irianto playing in central defense, at times you see Alfiandra in there, and then in midfield they switch it around a little bit as well. And on this occasion, Alfiandra just dropped into that back line.
Center one. Safwan gets ahead of him. Here's Rahman, who's okay now. Important touch from Solio. There's a foul on him.
Yeah, I mean, that's another awful challenge. The two left backs have gone flying into the opposition. Both have come away with just yellow cards. Look at this here. I mean, Song takes it away from him, and that's such a late challenge. And again, I have to go back to challenges like this. We've seen them. We've seen players in those situations get sent off.
Yeah, I was going to say.
That's a horrible challenge. It was the same with the...
Do you think both of them have been a bit lucky?
I think both of them have been lucky. I think Nur Adam was fortunate with his first one, and Arhan has been fortunate with that as well. The referees let them both off the hook.
Could be 10 against 10 again. Thankfully, he's got up quickly. Witan Sulaiman was on the receiving end of Nur Adam's challenge earlier. pieces we talked about. Safwan, remember, similar position earlier, got a header on target that Nadio just managed to tip over. Touch on by Irfan. They'll get it away, Indonesia. There's Nasser Nazari to cover. Back to Hassan Sani. Zulfami under pressure here. He's lost the ball. Needs to get himself up quickly. And Indonesia into the side netting. That could well have been number 2, Witan Sulaiman as well, to his tally.
Wonderful pressing by Indonesia. Really good pressing. Look at that. Witan's all this angle. It's going to go out to Zulfami Rakmali Rianto. Wonderful work from him. Just more aggressive, just hungry in that situation. Zulfami has a look up. He doesn't see any options in front of him, so he thinks, I'm just going to try and hang on to this if I can. But Rakmal's just too aggressive there. And you got to understand the referees as well. Some referees would have given a free kick to Zulfami in that situation, saying there was a late challenge. But with this referee, he kind of tends to let things go a little bit.
I think that was a hope, wasn't it, from Zulfami when he went down there.
It's put Hassan in a lot of trouble there.
There's Tatsuma having a chat with Nur Adam in particular. Take us through this, Roshan.
I'm going to guess the red magnets are Singapore players, and he's trying to say trying to say to Nur Adam, perhaps touch line. But let's have a look at the goal. Yeah, that's exactly what you want to see from us now. He was taken out initially by Haris, and you're thinking in these situations, you know, the cynical side of it is say foul him, and he tried to foul him, but he didn't succeed because now he just had the drive to keep going. Got back up on his feet, got forward, and still in the presence of mind composure to nutmeg Shadan with that pass through into Witan. And then I was touched on the cutback and then the quality of the finish.
Witan Sulaiman.
He's going to be a massive player, Witan Sulaiman.
Him and Egi are the two that Indonesia are pinning their hopes on. Maulana arrived only yesterday, so will not be available until Saturday. Yes, that's right. For the second leg. Good news for Singapore is that Hassan Sani is up. Yeah, Ross, just going back then, it appeared that he was looking to try and push Loranum a bit further up on their board.
I think he wanted him to perhaps maintain his width a little bit more, so there could have been an outlet potentially for him. But that's another lovely run from Witan. And what I like tactically about Witan's role here is that he's got that freedom to go and exploit any sort of spaces that he wants to. It becomes very difficult to pick up. Really excels in that sort of free role in possession, I think, Witan.
Some won't get that. Back to Nadio. Here's Alfredo Devanga. Loves spreading those passes, doesn't he? All the way back.
There could have been a bit of defensive instruction to Nur Adam there as well. But we see him now just looking to try and stretch out that Indonesian back line off the ball. Of course, it's decide to go straight down the middle instead of to this left-hand side.
Here's Nur Adam. Oh, lovely work from him. He's the best young player in the Singapore Premier League last season. With the clearance, here's Nazrul Nazari. Singapore looking for the equaliser. Shadan Sulaiman out to Nur Adam. Now Safwan. Faris gets a touch on Shadan. It's a foul on him. Got the ball, ref. It's being said by Irfan.
Yeah, nice and patient in possession there, Singapore. I like how they've sort of just looked to work this. Gets to the ball first, it looks to me like a good challenge. I know from the referee's point of view, he might think it's overly aggressive and from behind, but I mean, I think he's actually put a decent challenge in.
So these situations have been Singapore's strength, as we've mentioned. That's why Indonesia very wary of them. Sulaiman. Zulfami standing over the ball. It's Zulfami. Somehow that's been kept in. It's away by Rahmat Irianto. Just about 3 minutes left in this first half. Nuradam, lovely control by him. One back by Witan Sulaiman though. There was a foul on Nuradam. Shin Tae-yong not happy with that decision and how long perhaps it took.
Yeah, I think they're just looking to see if there was an opportunity for an advantage to take place. Irfan's gone down the far side of the pitch. He's got back up on his feet. That's good to see.
Zulfami. Should be a little bit of added time, of course, with the injury stoppages that we had. Now we'll get to Song Woo-young. Back with Indonesia now. There's Kambuaya. Zulfami looks annoyed.
Yeah, Ricky Kambuaya, I think he's been excellent for Indonesia in midfield. He's one of those players, you know, all the eyes will be on everyone else. Witan Sulaiman will be talking about Negi Maulana, Elkan Bagan, but Kambuaya is that machine in midfield, never stops running, and he's such an intelligent player as well. I love how he's aware of his positions and the body shape that he needs to take up to receive, to turn away from pressure, sees what's happening around him.
Ruanga up against Iksan. Roshan, you'd mentioned earlier that you felt Singapore in midfield, it's not been their best work. They've been good on the transitions perhaps. Same kind of problems today?
Well, no, not particularly just in midfield. I mean, in possession, yes. As a team, it's not looked. They've not looked that smooth. Not looked that great. But when they do have these opportunities in the counter attacks, then that pass selection, that type of pass that they play into the spaces for runners, it's got to be better. It's got to be these driven passes, not these lofted style passes, which give time for defenders to reorganize themselves.
Ball out from Hassan Sani to Nuradam. Zulfami stepping out.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah, no, you brought up exactly the same point I was going to bring up. See Safwan picking up a yellow card for himself. It's a late challenge. Very late. Into the back of Witan. The ball kicked into him from Rahmat as well.
Yeah, no surprises. 3 minutes. We have had a number of stoppages, haven't we? For the fouls, the injuries. Murada. Would you say, Roshan, this scoreline probably a fair reflection of what we've seen so far, or?
Yeah, I think so. I think so. I think it is. I mean, create a chance like that with the quality that you have, finish it off. And I don't know if Singapore have actually created much danger. That's not to say Indonesia themselves have created much of note, but they had that moment of quality there from Asnawi and Witan with the finish. I mean, it's I struggle with that word deserve in football. It's a strange word in football for me because you sometimes see what's the aim of the game? The aim of the game is to score goals, right? And to win matches. And you could have defended for 90 minutes and created like 2 chances, scored 1 goal, and end up winning the game. And people might say, yeah, but you didn't deserve to win.
Yeah. I mean, you've done the job, right?
You've done the job. What does that mean? You deserve it, right?
Here's Asnawi. Song battling away here against the wing back. Faris, I should say. He gets a free kick here. Might be a little air frustration here for Singapore.
Yeah, the entire atmosphere, the environment around this has just gone a little bit flat, and this suits Indonesia. They've got the goal. They don't need to, open themselves up and be as aggressive as they were against Malaysia.
Here's Irfan. Loves his driving runs from time to time. Up to Nazrul Lazari. Will be a throw-in. One final chance, perhaps, for Singapore at the end of this first half. Would change the complexion of this game, of course. They can score here. Nazrul. Another foul. Should probably rack things up in this first half. Pratama, he's been in the wars, hasn't he?
A lot more of that tactically disciplined performance from Indonesia here defensively. Similar, I would say, to what we saw in the second half against Malaysia and against the whole game against Vietnam, pretty much.
Heavy touch on from Zulfami. Kambuaya. We've had the 3 minutes. And the first half comes to a close here at the National Stadium with Indonesia in the lead against Singapore in the semi-final first leg. Thanks to this man here, Witan Sulaiman. But it's been a first half of few opportunities. The best one falling to Safwan Baharudin.
Yeah, smart header from Safwan, and that's where Singapore have looked perhaps the most threatening from those set-piece situations. Remember, 2 legs in the semi-final, still a real long way to go of this one. In this one, Indonesia, as we see, getting together in that little huddle just before they go off into the locker room. But I think they've been the better side in the first half. I think they've been the better side. Singapore really need to improve on their pass percentages. They've only completed 62% of their passes in the first half, and that's not good enough quality to cause problems for the opposition.
So, half-time score then at the National Stadium in this AFF Suzuki Cup semi-final. It's Singapore 0, Indonesia 1.
Ya Allah, apa-apaan teriak.
Mati. Di rumah apa nggak? Ya biasa aja, cuman bercanda. Ini.
Tengok. Apa nih? Apa nih?
Ini masih live apa, Bang?